Now, there's callers there. There's Tessa from Toronto. Are you there, Tessa?
Oh, hi, Alan.
Yes.
So I live here in Toronto, and they have cameras up in all the buses and streetcars. I did some research, and as far as I can tell, I'm looking at a document from the Privacy Commissioner of Ontario, and they actually do facial recognition. And I wondered if you had any comments on that.
It's the same as Britain and everywhere else. We're going into a total observation society worldwide. And all it is to train you to accept them. You've been trained to accept them, and you've been trained to modify your behavior, because they know that when you're on camera, you'll never behave the same way naturally. You're not spontaneous, etc. And you're being trained, and you're training yourself because you're conscious of them as well. That you'll always be watched. And this is going to go a lot further than just on street corners and on streets and stores and in buses and so on. It's going to be inside your home as well. They want us. An article came out in the 1960s from the World Psychologist meeting they had put out by the American Psychiatric Association or Psychological Association, and they said eventually they want cameras in every person's home. This is an old idea. Again, Orwell had it in his 1984 book, where you'd be watched everywhere you go in your own home. You have computers now with cameras on them. You have laptops that you have to tape over if you don't want to be watched. And we're being trained all the time that we're nothing. We're just. This is all behavior modification, and you take part in it. You participate in your own modification by allowing these cameras to be there. The Commissioner of Canada for Privacy and Britain and Australia and New Zealand, they all have them, and they'll all tell you that they're all supposed to legally warn you, but they have no powers to prevent it. Yeah. And
how do you think they're going to get cameras in people's houses?
They've already done it in Britain. They select certain areas, and if they say you're maybe perhaps, or someone neighbour complains, supposedly someone did complain about you, and they'll never tell if they did or not. They can put cameras in your home to watch you, especially. This is how they first introduced the idea to prevent child abuse, to ensure that it's good parenting and so on. And this is all part of it. That's how they first brought it in. And then they started bringing it in with school laptops, where the children take the school laptops home. They've already admitted, I've done these articles a year ago, where they were observing children at home as covertly, not telling them that they were being monitored and videoed from their own homes by these laptops that were provided through the schools. And they're doing the same everywhere else too. Everyone's been trained in different areas without even thinking about it. Most of them don't even think about it anymore. They just accept it. Yeah.
And the cameras in the buses, are they going to use that against the people? Like, are they going to say, I don't know?
Oh, they're going to make sure, because eventually everyone's going to get questioned on their movements, their associations and so on. And they're also monitoring you too in real time, and they match that against your phone calls, your texting and so on, to see what groups you belong to, what clubs you go and visit, who you visit and all the rest of it. They can match all that together, where you were at a certain time. It's all put into big computers, yeah.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks for calling. And Werner should call back maybe next Monday, hopefully. From Hamish myself from Ontario, Canada, it's good night, and may your God or your gods go with you.